Ooh. Alright guys, so I'm just going to be getting ready with you guys. I popped my wig on my head, but I need to actually glue it down and stuff. Like, I'm probably going like hot comb it and like flat iron and stuff off camera just because I would have to switch location. But I am going to glue this down while I'm here. But like today is a crazy day. I have a bunch of things to do. First up, I'm going to brunch because it's one of my closest friends' birthday. Like this has been someone I've been friends with since 2015. So it's literally been 9 years, almost 10 years. Which when I think about it, it's so wild and crazy that I've known her for this long. Like it feels longer, but then at the same time, it doesn't even feel that long. Like if it makes sense. But we went to college together, and she was my roommate. So, and I don't know about you guys, but I know a lot of people had crazy, crazy, crazy experience with like their college roommate. But I got super lucky that I had a great roommate freshman year that we just ended up staying friends and roommates for my full time at Stony Brook. But okay, first I'm gonna try and move some of these hair out the way so I can get to the lace and just position this on my head where I want it to be. So, sorry for any background noise. I'm gonna like turn up my music just a little bit. So I'm using my Even Wonder Lace Bond Lace Spray Melt. This one has vitamin E. I don't know really what that's for, but that's just what it says. Okay. So my mirror is over here, which is why I'm looking over here, guys. So I like to just go ahead and spray on top of the lace. And one thing I like doing to make sure my wig isn't too far down on my forehead, so it's not also like hurting my head as well, is I like to squinch my forehead. Like you see how I'm like squinching, you see the rolls. So if it's over any of those lines of the rolls, that means it's too far down. So like when I'm trying to move my face and muscle my face, the wig is going to be sitting on top of it and it's going to be uncomfortable. So I just like to do that to see like how far down I can get it without it being on one of those like tension lines basically, and then adjusting the wig as I want. And with me, I do have a big forehead, and I know other people do, and they try to hide that with their wigs, but you don't want to put the wig too far down because then it's just going to be very uncomfortable. And this, like, ooh. Yeah, I just saw that. I just sprayed myself in the face with this because it wasn't coming out. Like, okay, there, we're working. Yeah, I just like to I'm just going to use my fingers and just like press that in. And this is a wig that I've probably installed a couple times well now since I've gotten it, but I do like this wig a lot. It is a closure. I will leave the link to it down below in the video description just in case anyone's interested. But this is one of the few brands on Amazon that I actually like. It's called Beluma. I've had another one of their wig before, and when I was looking for a wig, I made sure to look back at the same vendor for this wig. And I purposely wanted a closure, not a frontal, because frontals are more annoying to install. So I'd rather something that was going to be a little bit easier. So this is just a 5x5 closure wig. And this is almost done, but let's see if I can get enough to like finish this. And I will say this is really good because I went to the gym with this wig on like 3 days in a row and the wig was barely lifting, guys. When I tell you, I was shocked that it was not lifting because I'm normally like, I like to whip my wig off like the day of. But I actually kept it on because I'm like, oh, so I don't have to reinstall it. So I would definitely recommend this adhesive spray if you're looking for one. It's really good. I don't really do much after I spray the glue on. I just will take the end of like a rat tail comb. This actually came with the wig. I really like how the tail is like very, very like circular. It's not like flattened. So what I use this for now is like I just use that to like press and smooth out the very edge of the lace. So it's like pressing it in. And if you, sometimes it's like rolling, so I like to just like make sure it's not. So like press and roll the very edge so it's flat and against my skin. Alright. So that's what we're doing. So that's the hairline. I am probably going to go in once this is like fully dry. I don't like to do it when it's like really like wet still. Is go in with my bronzer. So I just use this one. So this is my e.l.f. Putty bronzer in the shade Sunkiss. So I just take a nice like flat brush, dip it in here, and then dip it at the very edge of the wig so it just blends in a little bit better with my skin color, because right now like parts of it isn't fully blended. Like it's not bad, but it could be better. So I just like to do that with this to make sure we get a really good match and it looks as natural as it can. But yeah, so that's that. But like I was saying, I am going to brunch for my friend's birthday. Like today is our actual birthday and it's in the city, so I need to be out my house by 10:30 if I am going to catch like the bus and the train. I'm trying to see if I can get someone to just drop me to the train station, then I can leave a little bit later. I could probably leave my house around 11. So hopefully someone can drop me, but I'm going to try and be done getting ready by 10:30. So I got a little over an hour. So moving on to makeup. First thing first, before I put on any skincare, any skin prep, are my brows. I'm using the brow glue from NYX, and this is in the shade Black. I actually do want to try like a more natural color because everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't use black. You should use like something that's more brown. But I would say I have pretty dark hair. Like I do have like very dark eyebrow hair, so I like to use the black one because I do think it doesn't look weird. But we'll see. I actually was looking on Ulta and I saw like a brow kit for just $25 on there that has like the brow glue, their eyebrow pencil and spoolie, and then like a pen, an eyebrow pen, like a felt tip one. So I saw that and I'm like, oh, maybe I should definitely look into getting that because it wasn't expensive. For all three products it was just $25, and in my opinion $25 for 3 makeup items is a steal, because trust me, one of those items individually might be around like $10 itself, and you're getting 3 items for like $25. So I think that's a great deal. So I'm going to definitely look into buying it. I just like to run this through, making sure I'm getting all the hairs and just flatten it out. So I press, and I press in the direction I want my eyebrows to lay. But this is pretty much almost done. I'm not gonna hold you guys. So that's eyebrows. I do one of two things when it comes to cleaning them. Cleaning them up with either my foundation to get a more natural look or my concealer. But this concealer is way too light. I feel like I need maybe a shade or two darker than this, even for a concealer that's lighter than me. So I am going to use my foundation. So this is the Smashbox Always On Foundation in the shade D10 Warm. I'm sorry guys, I am a little under the weather, I guess. So I just normally just pump a little bit onto my brush, like not too much, just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to take a little mirror just so I can have it closer to my face. And then I am going to just clean that up from the very front all the way to the end. And the good thing with using your shade is that like it literally matches your skin perfectly. And it just makes your eyebrows look really nice and crisp. And like, oh, it's just naturally like that. And I personally like that look a lot. I will say for this makeup look, even though I'm going out, I'm also going to have to do my makeup over again later on because my mom's birthday was earlier this week and she's having a big party today. So I'm going to have to redo my entire makeup at that point because I was originally like, oh, I'll just get ready for both events just to do my makeup early and then have it last. But it's not. It will last, but at the same time, I feel like I want different looks for both. So I'm just going to redo my makeup. Which is going to be annoying, but we got to do what we got to do sometimes. So just this. And I really do need to get my eyebrows done because I'm seeing like a lot of like straggly hairs. But we'll be fine. And since this is foundation, I can go in with blending this out right away instead of having to wait like I normally would with concealer. Because I want like a better coverage, I just blend this out pretty much immediately. And it's also a lot easier to blend out because it does match your skin tone. Like it is more like a foundation. So you just want to make sure it doesn't look harsh with the blending. There really isn't much more to it than that. So that's really it for brows. Now we're going to move on to skin prep. So I need to grab a couple items. Okay, so first I like to use a serum. So this is the D'Alba First Spray Serum. This is really, oh, so for this one, I actually was sent this by the brand. And I have been using it. You guys can see, like, I use this a lot. So, the reason why I do like this serum, one, it literally is a spray. I don't have to apply anything with my hands. Because sometimes our hands are not the cleanest. And touching your face with them, not a great idea. But this, since it's a spray, that's all you have to do, just spray it on. And this really helps my skin look very radiant and dewy, even when I'm going for more of a matte look, because it does give it some radiance and it's very hydrating. It's not drying, it's not matte, and I love that about it. And then after my serum, I like to go in with a moisturizer. So I'm going to be outside today, and I don't like to use a thicker moisturizer. So I'm actually going to use a different one. So this is actually a bag with some of my makeup stuff. Oh, I also have makeup brushes in here. I did not realize. Ooh, I have a bunch of goodies in here actually still. Alright. Instead of the other moisturizer, which this is a great moisturizer, it's really nice and thick, but I don't like using a thick moisturizer when I'm going out, and it's kind of on the warmer side because it's going to make me get oily faster. I like to go in for something more lightweight, which I believe Aqua Bomb moisturizer is literally the best for days like this. It's very hydrating and it's super lightweight. So I'm just gonna put some on my face and then we're just gonna rub this out. And if you followed me for a while, like I've spoken about this before. I think I even recently made a short on it, but I truly love this moisturizer. There you go. Forehead. Just like that. Really didn't have to finish my hair off camera. Like, oh, feel like a strand of hair. Okay, so there we go. Once again, because we're going outside, we definitely want to make sure we're using our sunscreen. So sunscreen after my moisturizer. And this is the Black Girl sunscreen. Definitely one of my favorites. It does not leave you with a white cast. And this also actually does give you a bit of a glow when you use it. So I do like that. I literally always apply my sunscreen to my neck. Like, you do want to try to put on all your exposed skin. So even like your body, sometimes I don't put it on my body just because, I don't know, I feel like I still do have that mindset, like black won't crack. Like, but I do know that I really should be using sunscreen all over as long as the area is exposed. But I definitely always, my face and my neck. And I'm not always great at remembering to put on sunscreen. I'm not going to hold you guys. Some days, like, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. But even when it's not sunny, like super sunny, you should be applying your sunscreen. Another thing you can do with sunscreen, you can look at the UV index, like on the weather app, or like the news a lot of time will tell you when you're doing the weather report what the UV index is for the day and whether or not like sunscreen is recommended. You can use that as another way to like see like should you be wearing sunscreen. But honestly, your skin can benefit from wearing sunscreen every single day because it's protecting your skin from being damaged and potentially from cancer. So this is the part that takes so long with actually just rubbing it out. But like, you guys see that glow? How glowing my skin looks? And that is what I like when my skin looks so nice and glowy. It just makes me so happy. Alright. So next thing we're going to do is a primer. I'm actually going to use a more mattifying primer because I'm like, I've mentioned it before, I have very combo oily skin. I get super oily in my T-zone. Like, it's so bad. And personally, I've yet to find a way that helps combat that. Like, so if you guys know a way, let me know down below so I can definitely try it out. For the primer, I'm using the Smashbox primer. So this is their Photo Finish Smooth and Blur primer. So this is a little bit more mattifying, but it just helps to smooth out and blur your pores. And for somebody like me, I will say I do tend to have like larger pores. And this helps to just like fill in those pores so you don't see it as much when I apply my other products. So it gives you like it says, that photo finish look, that smoothing effect that people like to use their filter for. And I feel like that's something that people are not honest about on the internet. Like, people really be out here editing their pictures and making it seem as if it's naturally, well, their skin is naturally like that flawless, and it's not. like, and then other people see it and think, oh my god, how are their skin so smooth? How does their makeup look like so smooth? Like, I am honest, I have textured skin. I have a lot of texture on my skin. I have like little bumps, like little like raised skin, like randomly, like literally super textured skin. So when I make my makeup videos, I do not try to hide that fact, and I don't lie about it. If someone asks me, I will tell them I have a lot of texture on my skin. Alright, it's 9:30. So let's get started. So primer on. Next is color correcting. And this is something that has really been a game changer. So this is the NYX Pro Fix Stick in the shade Apricot. Color correcting is definitely such a big thing that, like, it seemed like, oh, do I really need to color correct? But like, when you do, you see such a big difference in your base makeup. Like for me especially, because I do have some dark spots, and I like to put this under my eye because under my eyes are dark. So I'm gonna lightly tap some in there and right there. So I do let this sit for about like a minute or two, just because once again it's a concealer. Concealers, I like to let them dry down just a bit. But because this is more like a cream product and not a liquid, you can still go in and blend out right away. But I do think I get better coverage when I do wait just a little bit for it. So this is really what I'm going for. And the dress I'm wearing for the daytime, it's like a brown and gold type vibe. So I think I'm gonna do that for my eyeshadow, if I do any eyeshadow at all, if I have time, because lately I've been doing eyeshadow at the end. Okay, so I'm just gonna start because I don't want to waste too much time today, and I still gotta finish my hair. Alright, so that is it. And I've actually been changing the way I do my makeup a little bit. Like, as always, like, I learn different techniques and like to see what works for me, what I like better. And what I've been doing that's a little different, I've been doing the underpainting method. And that means like I'm contouring and doing like my highlight before I put foundation on. So one, I'm putting less product on my face in a sense of putting foundation all over my face and then contour and then highlight on top of it. No, this saves me product. I don't know why I'm so itchy all of a sudden, but yeah, my whole face is like itching. It's weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go with concealer first. So this is once again my NYX Pro Fix Stick, but this is in the shade Walnut. What I've realized, I feel like this has a very warm, so I'm gonna swatch it on my hand to show you guys better. it has a very warm undertone, and I want to get a one that has more of a cool undertone, because I feel like the cool undertone will look better. I'm gonna still obviously use this because this is what I have right now. So I'm going to put this by my nose, trying not to use too much product. I also do like to bring it up into like my eyebrows and just back that down just so it's even. And then the tip of my nose, I like to do like right there. Okay, and then my cheek. Ooh, I missed the spot with blending out my color corrector. So, okay, there. Now, for my contour on my cheeks, I like to like do it right where my cheekbone ends. Like some people like to do it on top. I like to do it here. Because when it's too high, like I already feel like I do naturally have high cheekbones. So I'm like, I don't need to do it at the highest point of it. But right there, it's good for me. And let's do the same on the other side. Right. Yeah, it's like that. And then we're just blending that out. Like, I don't know if you guys see, like, it's very warm on my face. I feel like if it was cooler, it would give more of like a shadow effect. I don't know how to really put it into words, but I do definitely want to get a more cooler tone contour. Like, I like my contours to be cooler. Like, I have my Juvia's Place one. I wish I knew where it was. Oh, is this it? Alright. I also feel like this is also a little bit warmer than I would want, but I feel like it is a little bit more on the cooler side. Like, if you guys can see, like, it's just a bit cooler than the other one, but cooler contour is better, in my opinion. Alright, and then for my nails, I'm using like the very edge of the brush. I do want to get like a small brush for my nose contour, but for now we use what we have, which this is a brush I'm using. So we're just going to use the very edge of it and get in there. And for my very top of my brows, because like I said, I like to blend it into the front of my brows. Okay, and the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna place my highlight. Because I'm also going for more of a natural look than more of like a full glam right now, I only do one dip and use that to do my highlight under my eyes. So we're just like spreading this out, so we're not using too much product. This is something I actually saw a TikTok person like talking about, like when you're doing more of a natural look, the reason why sometimes your natural looks still give full glam, it's like you're using the same amount of product. You're using a very heavy hand. Or the reason why your full glam doesn't look full glam is because you're using too little product. So you need to, you know, do a little bit more, use a little bit more, be a little bit more heavy handed when you're going like all out, versus when you're like going for more of a natural look, you use less product. And for my nose, I'm literally doing that. I'm not putting too much on my nose. And I'm not going to do any on my chin area either. That's literally it. I like to let that obviously dry down for a bit. While I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go in now with my foundation. Everywhere else, I don't have any product on my face. So pumping that on my hand and just tapping it into my face. And I probably put a little much, but what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to spread it around. See, like all of that can probably be used to do a lot of my face. I do have some excess on my hand that, because yeah, I pumped out more than I needed, which is wasteful. We never want to waste product because makeup ain't cheap, babes. But I'm going to have to just get a makeup wipe to get this off my hand because this is way more than I need. Really, you can probably use like 1 pump of foundation or like a pump and a half. Alright, so that's that. Clean that up. Okay, now we're gonna go in for the highlight. So just starting with my nose. I do like to do like least important area on my face. If I normally do like my chin and my forehead, those are the areas I do first, and then like my nose, and then under my eye. One thing I like to do is I like to bring the highlight up onto my eyes, kind of like I'm prepping them. So just like that. Just like, so it just looks more seamless, the color, and it's like the way it blends. So blending it up onto my eyelid. And then just to make sure I don't lose my nose contour, where is my contour brush? Where did I put it? I like to make sure to just go back in and just like mark out where that contour is again, just so we don't lose it. Because sometimes when I blend up with my highlight, it can really lose where the contour was. So just going back in to clean up and to just fix any like mistakes, which is something like people need to realize. Like, you can go back in, like if you feel like, oh, I messed up, like go back in, fix it. Don't just leave it and move on, or just like, oh, that's it. Like, no, try to actually go back in to fix it. Okay, checking, doing a time check, making sure I'm good. Okay, perfect. I like that, how that looks. 1 second. Another thing I do is I do go back over where the line of my highlight here and my contour meets, and just also blend that out. Same thing with the foundation, to just make sure everything is blended. And just to mix the colors together so it gives me some more of a seamless look. Okay. And before I do anything else, we're going to set. So I'm using my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And I'm going to set my under eye and my nose with my Juvia's Place setting powder. This is in the shade Kalahari. And I'm going to be using a powder puff. If I don't finish this in time, I'm gonna really have to Uber to the train station. I'm not trying to pay for an Uber, so we need to finish in timely fashion. Okay, let me use my fan. This is charged. So setting powder, pick some up, tap excess off on the back of my hand, and then we are just setting very light hand, press in place. That's it. I also do like to set my eyelids with this if I don't use primer. So like when I put the concealer out there, I just set with some powder as well. So that's it for the face. I'm going to move on to eyeshadow. So I did, do I want to use this one? I could use this one. Yeah, I'm gonna use, I'm like so indecisive sometimes. I'm gonna use my NYX Ultimate Warm Neutral eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna pick a color, like a nice brown for my crease. I'm so indecisive sometimes, guys. It's crazy. Okay, let me go in with this color. I'm just gonna pop this in my crease. Crease in the like outer deep part of my eye. And we're blending this out. Now with the flat brush, I'm gonna go for more of like a gold, like shimmery color. This is really a pretty color. Like I hope it pays off. Is like what I'm expecting. Ooh, this is so bright. I love it. This is kind of like my go-to eyeshadow looks because it's simple and it's just classic, and I always am going to love it. Alright, so moving on, I'm adding some blush. So I'm going to use my Juvia's Place blush. I'm not going to use too much blush, but I'm going to use the more orangey, peachy looking color down here. Just putting a lot on the brush, but that's it. That's the blush, guys. And I'm putting it at the high points. Just making sure I'm blending this out. if you know anything about Juvia's Place, their blushes are pigmented, whether like the powdered or even like their liquid ones, very pigmented. I've noticed I don't like cream blushes because they tend to be very oily, and then like I would get oily in this area, so it's just not a good combo with my skin. So like I use powder blushes a lot, and I just, if I want more of a very like pigmented look, I just use a lot more and just pack it on. But that's blush, guys. Okay, cutie, 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 cutie. How are we looking from the side? Are we looking crazy? I think we're looking good. Okay. Alright, lips. We're gonna go for more of a nude lip. Let me see. I think one of my lip liners is in my bag. The lip liner that I want. Maybe? Maybe not. Okay, it's not in this bag. Alright. I don't know about you guys, but I just be putting things in like my bags and then I never take them out, and then when I want them to do my makeup, I'm like, where is this like lip gloss, this lip liner? But it is what it is. So let's see what we have handy. Thanks. I'm gonna use my brown. I was looking for my dark brown one, but we're gonna use what we have. So brown. And then I'm gonna use this nude color. This I got in a set from Shein of like different nude lip glosses. Alright guys, so this is the makeup look. What do we think? I really do like it. Oh, before I forget, mascara. I have not been doing lashes or lash extensions lately, so it's just been, we're going for a mascara. And this is just a regular drugstore, and this one's almost done, and I can't find my other one, so yeah. Yeah, that was a bit much. I just like to use my fingers sometimes to like clean up things. Yeah. So yeah guys, that's really the look. Let me see if I can find the dress to show you guys the dress real quick. Oh, let's see. Yeah. So this is the dress, guys. Like, it's just a very simple satin dress. I like the way it looks. I'm just gonna pop in some earrings. These are just some simple hoops. I actually got these recently when I went to Jamaica. And we're actually good on time because I have just enough time to finish up my hair because it's just 10:02. So earrings in. Whoa. There. And I love how these, like, the back is just like you push it in, like it's simple. It's not like a hook, it's not a stud, like where you have to put something on the back. It makes it really easier, and they're just like simple hoops. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna obviously fix my hair, guys, but that's pretty much it. The scent I'm going with for today is my Brazilian Crush 62. So this is a pistachio and salted almond caramel. This smells so good. I literally love it. A friend got this for me for my birthday back in January, and it's quickly become one of my favorite scents. Like, it makes me feel like I am some sweet dessert. Like, I don't know. It smells so good. Like, every time I put it on, I get hungry because it just literally reminds me of a dessert. So, yeah, 100% would recommend you guys trying that out. Oh, I think my leg got shifted. But yeah, so 100% would recommend that. But yeah, guys, this is the final makeup look. Probably will pop on some like lip gloss on top of this, but that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna go fix my hair, and for the thumbnail I will include a picture of like the full final look, you know, once my hair is all done. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.